Hey guys, it's Colleen. I wanted to make this video because one of my best friends has relapsed in self-harming herself, and it inspired me to make this video, so here I am. And basically, I'm going to be talking about self-harm and suicide and how it's not okay, and how many times have you heard people say that suicide and self-harm is not the answer, and I get it. It's annoying and you just don't want to pay attention to it, and I get it. But a lot of things that have happened last year really opened up my eyes about it, the whole situation. I've been through depression and self-harm and suicidal thoughts for so many years, and I don't think a lot of people understand how many years I've actually gone through it. I mean, there's a reason I wear bracelets all the time, and every time I take them off I feel so insecure, and I have a fear that people will see those scars. I wear these 24/7 in my life. Literally, I do. The only time I took them off was for my mom's funeral. And there are other places that I have self-harmed, in my thighs, my legs, my stomach. People think, places that people wouldn't usually check because it's underneath their clothes. And it's such a hard video for me to make because it's so personal to me. And people just haven't realized how many years I've actually gone through this until I actually came out about it recently. And there could be all sorts of different reasons for you to self-harm and for you to think that suicide is the answer, because I get it. There's so many other possibilities, reasons why you think this way. And if you are, then I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it, and my stories, and everything. For me, depression is like being in this hole, and you're just desperately wanting to get out of it, and you look up and you see people all around you, and you just think, like, why aren't they helping me? Can't they see me? I'm here. But if you don't say anything, then they're not going to notice you. But what would happen if you looked up and you said help, to the point where they finally hear you and they come down and they help you out of this hole? I was in that hole for so many years, just looking up at people walking around, doing their own thing, and wondering why they're not helping me out. Like, don't they see me? Don't they notice me? But then I realized that maybe if I were to scream out something, that they would hear me and that they would help me out. It took me so long to realize that. It took me till now. And about a month ago is when I officially flushed down everything that I have used to hurt myself purposely. I made a promise to a really close friend of mine, and he's over the internet, that I don't want to hurt myself again if I'm going to hurt other people. Because the last thing I want to do is to hurt other people, and I'm not like that. I hate to hurt other people. I really do. And last year was a really big eye-opener to me. It was probably one of the craziest years I have ever had in my life. But the one or two things that opened up my eyes. The first one was when one of my friends committed suicide, like 7 months ago now. That was really hard on me, because I talked to him a lot, and we got along really good. That opened up my eyes a little bit, but not much. But the second thing that opened up my eyes was when my mom died. I was there when it happened, and I witnessed what happened to her, and I saw what happened to her, and I had to hear everything that was going on when my best friend and my grandpa was in here, in this room, trying to save her. And I sometimes go in this room to feel closer to her. And not even she knew what I was thinking and what I was feeling. And I never wanted her to. And what had opened my eyes was that everything happens so fast and unexpectedly, and you don't realize how many people care about you until it happens. People go into shock and they don't believe it. I mean, there are so many people who still don't want to believe that my mom is gone. But that's the whole thing that I'm trying to get, is that if you commit suicide, like, you're dead and you're gone and you're never going to come back. And I know that it's just a way that you think, like, well, if I commit suicide, then I'll be free from pain. And you're right, you'll be free of pain, but what about the people who care about you, like your family and your friends? Boyfriend or girlfriend? Like, what about them? And I know that people say to think about yourself first, but if you're thinking about killing yourself, you just have to think about how many people you're going to hurt in the process. And if there was a way to kill yourself and not have anybody know, to not hurt anybody else, then trust me, I would have done it such a long time ago. But there's not. And life is just hard. And things are gonna happen. And the older that you get, the more shit's gonna happen. And you just have to just go through it. And trying to stay strong after my mom died is such a hard thing to do, because I'm still grieving for her and I want her back. Because not only was she my mom, she was my best friend. And having to go through the whole process of planning a funeral and how much money it costs to plan a funeral, and to see her laying in a casket, not breathing, and so cold. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Why would you want to do that to other people? I don't even know why I ever wanted to do it to myself. I really don't. But then I started thinking that the more negative things that you think, the more negative things are going to happen. And the more positive things that you think, the more positive things are going to happen. And although my mom died, and although I had to go through her funeral this year, after, things have been pretty good. I mean, it sucks that she's not here, but I made a promise to not only myself, but to other people, that I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to live my life the way I want it to be. And I'm going to reach out for those goals that I want to set, that I've set for myself, and I'm going to become what I want to be, no matter how many times I want to try for it. No matter how many times I get rejected for it, no matter how many people hate me for it, no matter how many things happen this year to, like, obstacles for me, I'm gonna get through it. Because if I can get through my mom dying, and if I can get through my best friend who committed suicide not being here, if I could get through people bullying me, if I could get through all of those things, then I can get through more. As much as I don't want to go through them, I have to. You have to. Everybody has to. And I'm so glad that you're here today, living life. Because life is such a precious thing, and you only get to live it once. And I want you to know that there are people out to help you. And if people hate you, if people bully you, if people put you down, then those people are irrelevant in your life, and you don't need them in your life if you want to live a positive one. But if you want to continue living a negative one, then you're going to keep all those people around you when you don't need them. And if it's family that's putting you down, just ignore them. Because that's what I have done. My grandma always put me down. But I just ignore her. I mean, it hurts, but I ignore her. But I turned out to be the strong person that I never thought I would be. And I'm so tired of being in that little hole and looking up at people. And I'm so tired of feeling alone when I know I'm not alone, and I have people who care about me, and I have people who love me. Because there are lots of people who love you too, that care about you too. I care about you, and I love you. And if you just want to message me to talk about random things that are bothering you, then go ahead. I'll be there to sit there and read it and listen. Because sometimes that's just what a person needs, is to just let out everything that they're feeling inside, and they'll feel better. And if you need that, then I'm here. And if you need advice, then I'm here. I mean, I could try. I haven't been through completely anything that anybody else has been through, but I've been through a lot to give advice. And that suicide really isn't the answer, and neither is self-harming. Even though you're not killing yourself while self-harming, it just makes things worse. Because you just put scars on your body. For what reason? I only have these bracelets on because I hate looking at them. I hate remembering what I've done. Why would you want to put scars on yourself to remember why it hurt you? Because the more you constantly remember things, especially if you have some sort of memory to bring back all the memories, then the more it's going to hurt, and the more you're going to want to do it. And I just think positively now, because now that I think positively, the more things have been happening. I've met so many friends in the past few days, maybe a week, and they have just been my life, and I have been so busy, and it's my senior year, and I'm going to graduate this year, and I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to have this life for myself along with this life. You guys. Because without you guys, I want to know where I would be if it wasn't having to have you guys like a year ago or two. And people always ask me, like, how do you get this fan base? And I honestly don't have any idea. But without you guys, I really don't know what I've done, because I would have never thought to think positive in the past year that I've known you guys until now. But because of you guys have saved me too. And I love you guys, and continue staying strong, because trust me, people do care, and I love you. Bye.